Thanks for joining us in this edition of the Council Recap. Council met Monday, March 19th, 5:30 in the Council Chambers to go over several items. Longer meeting than most, I suppose. Started off with Rachel Kunke. She was recognized by the State Fire Chiefs Association for her poster on fire safety and fire prevention. So it was neat to recognize Rachel Kunke for that recognition. The fire chief spoke about that, and the poster will be recognized in their magazine amongst other things, and she received a prize and recognition at Southgate School, so that was kind of neat. To kick off the meeting, we moved into public hearings. We had several street projects that were discussed by the council. $3.25 million in street projects, 224 residents are part of the projects for this coming season. We had 22% of the project will be assessed as stipulated by the assessment rolls. Assessments total $712,000. $1.3 million will come from the city's general fund, and then some additional state aid, which comes from the gas tax that we all pay at the pump. Project over on 19th Street Northeast, Oakland Avenue East to 8th Avenue Northeast was the first project. Assessments of $170,315 for that project. Essentially, what council is doing at this stage of the assessment process is going ahead and approving the assessment rolls. The projects were considered at the previous council meetings, and this just moves the projects forward so that the funding sources can be secured, and the part of that for the assessments for residents that will be beneficiaries of the project. Bills for the project go out in August or September. Individuals have one of four options. One is to pay the bill in full by October 15th. One is to pay 50% of the bill by the 15th of October, and then the rest spread over 15 years at 4.75% interest. Or they can do nothing and have the entire bill of the assessment against the property and assess the 4.75% interest. And then there is also another category for those with that meet age and income criteria. They can defer some of those assessments against the property. Another public hearing for a project on 5th Street Northwest and 12th Avenue Northwest, $233,131 in assessments for that project. Next project was 14th Avenue Southwest and 15th Avenue Southwest. $155,607 will be assessed as part of that project, and then a project down by Woodson School. This is the second phase of that project. $154,006 of assessments for that project. We went on to bid openings and awards. We had Hewlin Brothers, $1.682 million contract for the North Main Flood Control Project. This is around the former power plant site that we're clearing for the community rec center. So that project will be right in between clearing of the power plant buildings and then preparing the site for construction of the rec center. We'll come in and put in the flood levee for that, and that'll complete our North Main Flood Control Project. This is actually phase one, which is actually going to be the last part of the entire North Main Flood Control Project. It'll wrap from the library around to 4th Street over by the dam and bridge there. So move that project forward. It's kind of exciting to see that flood control project really move towards conclusion. We approved our second brewer tap room for a small brewer off-sale license for Gravity Storm Brewery, which will be in downtown, so that we understand they'll be opening real soon. So that's kind of exciting to have our second brew pub option in town approved. We also approved a contract with Kiker Brothers for a roof replacement at City Hall. Unfortunately, with the spring, we noticed we had some leaking of our roof. Probably mid-1990s was the last time that roof had some attention, so it's probably well due. We approved a bid of $40,101 to Kiker Brothers to do some roof replacement. We'll also replace some ceiling tiles and lighting fixtures to energy efficient models. Council approved that bill for $12,500 for Fox Electric. We also approved budget carryovers, things that weren't spent in 2017 but still need to be done. We do a budget carryover, kind of a standard practice for us from year to year, but council needs to take that action to carry the funds forward. We also approved awarding of state hazardous materials emergency preparedness grant from the fire chief, $2,600 for some classroom instruction for our firefighters, so they're versed on confined space and hazardous material incidences. We also had an agreement with Hormel Foods to put a wrap on our ice resurfacer at the hockey arena for some advertising. They'll pay us $4,000 a year for a 5-year agreement to advertise on our Olympia, or some know as a Zamboni, but technically it's called an ice resurfacer. So that'll be kind of neat moving forward. We approved a zoning change for Steve and Kathy Soley. This is down on 1400 10th Drive Southeast. So that moved from R1 to I1 zoning designation. We appointed a new member to the Sustainability Task Force, as well as now we moving forward with some improvements at the Riverside Arena for new video monitors, thanks to a Hormel Foundation grant. We're going to move scoreboards and video monitors forward at the Riverside Arena, so it'll be a really nice enhancement for the Bruins and Packer hockey and those sorts of things. $240,000 not to exceed contract, working with Cooperative Purchasing Connection as well as AIM Electronics to be able to move those projects forward. The council approved those. Be a nice enhancement for our Riverside Arena. We approved granting Planning and Zoning Department to remove junk and illegally stored vehicles at 2 properties, and that pretty well concluded the council meeting. Thanks for taking time to watch this episode of the council recap. If there's anything we can help you with, please give me a call, 437-9941. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next edition. Thanks a lot.